here's a quick video showing how we can do some basic mathematics in Houdini. So first I'm just going to, if we go up here into the standard object view, I'm going to add some geometry. I'm going to go into the geometry node, delete the file, so we don't need it, and I'm going to add a box. So here we've got a very simple box here in the viewport, and what we're going to do is we're going to add an attribute VOP, which is the attribute VOP here, and we will connect those together. And what this does is it gives us the ability to access elements within the geometry and send that to the output, which we can then visualize later. So again, if we go up and click on the render flag here, at the moment you can see that it's just a one-to-one output. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to add a matrix to this, and we've got all sorts of different values here, and I'm just going to have float to matrix, and what this does is it gives us the 16 elements of the matrix there, and you can see it's set to the identity matrix. And if I then add in a multiply node, I can take the points from my geometry and the output of my matrix here, and the product of the two I can do to the output points. Nice and simple, and as we've got the identity matrix here, nothing's happening. I can go through, if I change that to 2, we should see that we've got a uniform scale in that direction, set it back to 1, changes again, if I set that to 2, uniform scale in the Y, and so on. So it's a standard identity matrix. This is where the fun can come in, because what we can start to do is try and set the values of this matrix. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add in a degrees to radians node here. All this is going to do is it's going to take an input value in degrees and convert it into radians, and now I'm going to add a cos node, a cosine node, and I'm going to add a sine node there, and I'm going to wire up radians to both of them there. So the output of each one of these is going to take that input and produce a cosine. Next, we're going to have a quick look at a rotation around the x-axis. So what we've got here is cos theta, sine theta, minus sine theta, cos theta for my rotation around the x-axis. So if I just take my cosine of my value theta here, and we see that we want that element there. So if we look at our matrix, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and we will wire that up to the cosine of that value. And again, we want the next one there. So again, hopefully if I get that right, that's going to be element 3, 3, element there, cosine 3, 3, there. So we've wired up those two elements. I'm also going to now place a negate node there, because you'll notice that I need minus sign here. So I'm going to feed that into the negate, and for my value there I need my minus sign, and finally for this value here I need the positive sign. So again, I'm going to wire that up there. Now I can click on this node, and I should be able to adjust this to a value, put in 45 there, and you can see that I've got a 45-degree rotation around the x-axis. So very, very simple to build up some quite easy mathematics just using these very, very basic nodes. And then we can start adjusting these and moving them around to different values. 180 degrees, sorry, 180 degrees, 90 degrees. You can see it's changing to 43. And there's my rotation.